Hi everyone, this is Ishika Kesarwani and I welcome you all to the Tech Wit podcast. Today we are having Ashwanii Rawat with us. He is the co-founder and director at Transerve Technologies. Thank you so much for joining us. We can first start with your introduction.
Thank you, Ishika, and happy to be here. So let me start with my introduction. My name is Ashwanii Rawat, as you have introduced me to everyone. Well, I started Transerve Technologies sometime back, and basically the company is focusing more on developing a unified platform for data and location intelligence, and how do we provide ability to our customers who have not done analytics in their life should be able to do it quickly and intuitively on the platform. So that has been the focus of the company. I graduated from IIT Kanpur way back in 2009, and very passionate about spatial technology as well as location intelligence. And with the advancement in cloud computing as well as techniques to manage large databases have evolved over the period of time. So we have harnessed that technical strength and develop our own platform to help businesses taking more informed decisions using their own location data.
Great. Can you tell us a bit about the services that are provided by Transfers?
So transfer platform and technology is being used across various sectors. So let me just give you an example. Let's say if you are a business owner in retail vertical and you want to set up new retail store, you would like to know first the availability of commercial spaces as per your requirement. You would also like to know what sort of demographic you want to target, what sort of product mix you would going to have, and what sort of people movement is normally seen at a particular place. So, considering those factors, you would make a more informed decision. Now, these data sets are not easily available, and even if they are easily available, the volume of the data is very huge, and dealing with it requires a very special set of skills. Sometimes machine learning, sometimes AI related skills, and sometimes managing the big data analytics skills. So what we have done in Transerve is that created a unified platform where we provide such data set on the platform, and we provide pre-packaged analysis tools for standard specific industry problems. So with just one click of a button and choosing the area of your interest or a region or a geography, one could carry out series of steps without knowing much about the location intelligence. And the system is intuitive in nature, would help you running steps one by one arrive at a result.
That's very innovative. So, currently, do you have any competitors in this domain or in this technology in specifically?
Yes, we do have a competitor, and some of the names are very common. We use them their product day in day out basis. So yes, there are a lot of players in location intelligence, and some of the largest or world's largest companies are also in this domain now.
Okay, so like, how did you exactly get the idea? What was the initial spark when you first started? Like, what exactly made you gravitate towards finding the solution for this problem?
Well, there was a lot of research which we did within Transerve to gravitate towards this particular idea. And one of them was in today's world, or till few years even, 80% of the world data which was generated every day had location as a component. And out of that 80% of the data, and I'm talking about the 80% of the total data that we are generating today, out of that 80%, only 10% is being used for analysis as far as location is concerned. So we are not using the rest of 90% of that 80% data, which gives us a thrill that how do we make sure that businesses, individuals should be, or even government should be able to utilize that remaining 90% of that 80% of the total data, and that too easily. Now the volume of the data is huge, so we had to develop a platform which can ingest that volume of data, which could run into billions and billions of location points. And I'll give you an example for that as well. And then help the user to visualize the data on top of a map. Now imagine Now, mobile phones, smartphones in particular, are very common these days, and every smartphone usually have a GPS device in it, which contributes to GPS location. And we allow such apps to collect our location, right? Though those locations are being collected anonymously, but that data sets, if we aggregate at a global level, would turn out to be billions of pings every day. So just to give you an example, if you take 1 month of data of such pings in India, it would turn out to be at least 20 billion pings on a monthly basis. Now, processing 20 billion pings is not easy, but that data could tell a lot about the human mobility patterns. And once we can figure out those patterns, then we can help businesses to tell them, okay, these are the right places for you to advertise, these are the right places for you to open your stores, these are the areas where you could find people of interest, where or similar interest, where your product could fit into their interest, right? So these are something that we do, or we are trying to even go a little complex as well. But yes, that's what we are into.
That's amazing. Like, I never really thought about it. I just used to think if someone wants to start up with a shop or something like that, the only thing they'll, look for is the amount of people in that area. But they would not focus on the variety or the preferences of them. So that's great. So, like, who exactly are your customers and how they can benefit? Okay, I guess I have the answer for benefit, but who exactly are your customers for now?
Well, I see everybody as my customer, our customer, I would say. So imagine you want to buy a house or you want to rent an apartment, and you would like to know a lot of things around it. For example, what sort of people live around it, what is the movement pattern of people, and how far are the schools from that place, what is the traffic scenario cumulatively over a period of time. So if I give you all those things on, let's say, on a web browser for you to tick mark and check, and then interact with the system in the background using such data set would show you the results which are of more interest to you, rather than giving you hundreds of choices. Okay, these are the available, what rental apartments available in the market. Go and hunt on your own, right? So our idea is to narrow down the choice or the number of choices for the customer. So today, if you go to any, let's say, any real estate portal, listing portal, you search, okay, I want to search for a house in so and so area. It will give you all the searches, right? And you will have some flexibility in querying, but I'm not just interested in some query results. All I'm interested in more intelligent output by the system, and that location data can give very easily nowadays. So these are my target customers, starting from individual to small business owners like shopkeepers or retailers, then to much more larger companies, could be Pepsi and Cokes of the world, or maybe Pantaloons or Marks Spencers of the world. So we see everyone as a customer, and beneficiary is definitely all those decision makers on in the businesses as well as on the ground, and the individuals are beneficiaries of this technology.
Great. So, like, how do you see, or what avenues do you see technology will help you out to accelerate your business?
Well, the technology is transforming in a big way. One of the biggest contributor that I see, which could accelerate, the companies like us, is the adoption of 5G. Right? Better the communication, better would be the processing. The computational power is increasing day by day, and now the company is trying to take this analysis on edge computing. So till date, we were doing computational activities on our laptops or desktops, then we moved on to cloud. Now we want to leverage the powerfully packed mobile phones to do the analysis on ground, on the fly, with the help of 5G technology. Another thing which we are trying to explore continuously day in day out is a new trend in technology which is called software 2.0. So software 2.0 tells you or will help you in designing any complex module of a software without doing any coding. So you write a software requirement document with all sort of a requirement and give it to software 2.0. Software 2.0 will throw a software code to you. So it will give you a ready-made product. So you would not require enough of coding. And why we are thinking in that direction is because many of our customers will have or definitely has unique problems that we cannot solve as of today, given our bandwidth, given our size, and our limitation of understanding of the industries. So we want to develop a technology using location intelligence and software 2.0 where any user on the ground should be able to write their requirement and the software itself would tell them or give them the solution and a module to get the results.
Great. So, like, currently, how are you planning to expand internationally?
Well, the company is in talks with the large global players in US, UK, and the rest of the Europe also. Probably we'll have few deals signed, and they have their own captive market. So we want to ride on their back to go to the international market. Currently, India has own challenges, though it's a very exciting market to work with. But the only challenge, the adoption technology is still slow, is not as fast as what we see in the Western world. So we are targeting, and we are talking to some of the large players who really like our technology and who have been our customers to take us to that market.
Great. So, like, are you planning to add on more features into your application? Like, what are
Absolutely.
your future plannings with this?
I mean, I'm tempted to tell you a lot, but I would restrict myself because some of the IPs are still, under that, the patent phase, patent filing phase, in fact. But just to give you a broad idea on what we are trying to build on top of what we have as of today, one technology definitely. How do we take location intelligence to edge computing? That is one. How do we create more accurate maps and 3D environment, and we want to prepare ourselves for metaverse because metaverse would require imitation of the physical world, right? And for that we need to collect a lot of data, and our platform has a capability to collect and the data and stitch it together to create that virtual reality. Though that feature is not yet out in market on our platform, but it'll take us some time to put it on our portal. So these are like few things, and how do we help companies to engage with their customers in metaverse is something that we are working on currently.
Great. So, what advice will you give to a person who is considering to start their career, or like who wants to start their own business?
Well, startup world is not a easy world, and let me be very very frank with you. It has its own challenges which are not, which you may not think of even, because the ease of doing business is one major aspect as far as India is concerned. Then you have to uh, be mindful of how much cash flows you can generate. Uh, Getting the first deal is always an extreme painful exercise. Managing your team, developing that cohesion in the team are all challenges. And I mean, every entrepreneur has a different level of challenges, in their journey, and even their day-to-day, problems that one has to deal with. So if someone really wants to start business, I would tell them that be prepared for any eventuality in life, and don't even dare to think about giving up in your journey. That's the only piece of advice I can give it to them.
Great. I guess with this we can end today's session. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us, and thank you to all the listeners who sticked up till now. And stay tuned because we're going to come up with many more videos like this. Have a great day.
Thank you.